Up next is part 2 of our interview with Anna Campbell and Christoph Baaden, the filmmakers behind Hood to Coast, a documentary that covers the relay race from Mount Hood in Oregon to the coast. How did the story come together? Because that's got to be, I mean, you're putting all this work into shooting it and capturing it, but how does the story come through?
We did, we looked at the teams for the same, took us 6 months to pull out the logistics together. It took us around 6 months to look at all those teams and meet everybody. And we started filming with around 12 teams 5 months before the race, and we kind of funneled it down to like the 4 teams in the race. And we ended up with around 600 plus hours of footage at the end. So it took us around 3 months just to organize all that footage and look at it and capture it and organize it. And then it took us around a year and a bit to just edit it down. You know, our first cut was like 4 hours long. And
and the cool thing about having a race is you have a beginning and a middle and an end sort of inherently built in.
So it's built in,
Yeah, you know, so we tell the pre-story a little bit about them so you get to know them a bit, but then the adventure begins and, you know, the climax, it happens inherently. So telling the story was complicated to put together, but it came out really elegantly, I think.
Yeah, and I think that's why I keep saying it's not fully a sports film, because we're basically using as the backbone of the film. But we're using a very kind of a fractured timeline to go back and look why and how they train the people and why they do it. I think that motivation and the aftermath of like what they expect of the race and what the reality is, that was the part that really interested us. You know, that one team decided not to train, for example. They drink beer and eat and don't train.
They made the
conscious
decision.
effort and said, we want to experience this insane race where everyone says you have to train. We don't want to do that, because if we do accomplish the race by not training, even better. So then to check that out and then being able to hard cut to the reality of the race, what that actually means, that works really well. I mean, there's no better thing than film to show that, you know.
And they're hysterical. I mean, the best comic relief you can possibly imagine is them struggling through this really hard thing. It's cool.
Yeah, I bet. So what's harder, actually? I mean, both of you ran the race. What's harder, running the race or capturing people running the race?
Oh, filming for sure. I mean, the amount of organization that needed to go into it and the support that we had to have from everybody who you know, came on board was, you know, if everything hadn't gone pretty darn perfectly smoothly, which thank goodness it did, you know, we would have been really in trouble. And fortunately, we had a really, really elite team of camera people and stuff. It was cool.
Yeah, I mean, I've been working in television documentary work for over 15 years. I started in Germany. So I was able to kind of cash a lot of favors, you know, because this was my first feature film documentary. And we, once we had the stories locked, it was easy to pitch, and people saw what the potential of the film was, and they came on board for really super talented people to help out, which was amazing.
That's fantastic. And so what advice, as you know, these young filmmakers, what advice would you have to other people that are looking to get into this industry and follow their passion?
I would say do it right. Here's the thing is, you know, there are a lot of movies out there, and make sure the thing that you're getting into is going to be something that's both a product that people want, but also a story that you care about telling. So, you know, don't cut corners. Make sure you have the resources that you need, because it will make your film better at the end of the day. Spend the time to do the fundraising. Spend the time to, you know, to really do it right. Because if you can get people to believe in you, your project will be better at the end of the day.
Right. And for me, I'm talking from the creative side now, is exactly what you said. I think passion is the key thing, because ultimately the top talent we got to shoot this, we didn't get based on money. We weren't able to pay them their full rate. We got them based on our passion and being able to pitch them the project right. And I mean, this has been with us for 3 years at this point, and it's going to keep going probably for another year. I mean, this is the first festival we're showing this, and then hopefully a theatrical release and all that. But you still have to like it after 3.5 years. Right. And if you don't like your project, you're going to give up on it, and it's not going to turn out right. So, and I still love it. I mean, I watched it 25 times last week, and I still love it every single time I see it. So I think that's the key.
That speaks volumes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Christoph, Anna, thank you for being here. The film is Hood to Coast and is here at South by Southwest.
Thank you very much.